I'm Lynne Cazaly. This is Workish, where we have a look at what's happening in work and work-related topics. Here with Inc. Australia released an article about some of the new jobs. Of course, AI is still in its early stages and improvements and disruptions are going to be expected, but some of the jobs talking around productivity and efficiency, but we must not forget the human capabilities of empathy, creativity, curiosity and emotional intelligence. You might want to set up a job alert at your favourite job seeking agency to see what's going to be changing in your field, but these job titles looked interesting. Prompt engineering already happening, but also what about this human machines teaming manager, a digital detox therapist, the AI ethicist, personality designers for AI, as well as smart city and biotech work. What about procrastiworking? In a Fast Company article this week, they talked about procrastiworking being this act of engaging in work-related tasks as a form of procrastination instead of doing the more important stuff you should be doing. This often goes undetected because it's got an illusion of productivity, but takes us away from the actual work we should be doing. Do you want to overcome it? I don't know. We all tend to do a bit of procrastiworking now and then. If you do want to overcome it, they suggest things like looking at your task list and having a look at some of the patterns that might be cropping up that cause you to procrastinate. Also, set some boundaries. My suggestions around new ways of working, setting time boxes for the time that you do want to focus, knowing what your tasks are that you're wanting to work on. And I think it's worth having a look at what happened just before you were procrastinating, because it could be that that task was too big, too complicated, or just too much for you to do at the moment. Loneliness is showing up as a problem for many people at the moment. There were those great benefits from remote working, which included things like not having to commute or losing a lot of those workplace distractions. But because there's been a lack of social connection, isolation and loneliness are showing up. The suggestions here include three things. Have a look at what your needs are. What are the options available? And they make suggestions like looking for co-working spaces or volunteering opportunities, going to networking events. And then the third thing looks at taking the first step. You don't have to solve the whole thing immediately. Take the first step to focus on the things that you need the most. Text to music. Well, Google's released Music LM, this text to music AI sound generator. It's available to the public through their test kitchen, and users are having fun prompting, getting musical ideas, completing tracks based on their prompts, and they're also choosing genres and moods and instrument preferences. And Google is saying this is going to be great for artists. It will enable new ways of being creative, but it'll also be good for people who perhaps don't play a musical instrument, who want some accompaniment or some backing sounds, or want to be creative even if they don't have musical capabilities. The future of work's always a topic, plenty to read on this every week. This article from the World Economic Forum, always love to have a look at what they're saying. They're saying, of course, new jobs are going to be emerging. They don't exist yet, so we're not sure what they'll be, but it's worth keeping an eye on the things that are coming out. Could be curious to see not only how your job might evolve, but what new jobs arise that might be worth you taking a look at. And in your current job, if you're done with meetings, I'm on a mission this year to hashtag meet less, then Tinder for meetings or Tinder for cancelling meetings is available. Kayla is a web app that's been marketed as Tinder for cancelling meetings. It integrates with Google Calendar, potentially at your workplace, and you swipe right on meetings that you want to keep and swipe left on meetings that you think are a waste of time. But everyone who's been invited to that meeting needs to swipe left before it'll be cancelled. The app came about because there was quite the response to a tweet about this idea with suggestions that it should be built, and so people went ahead and built it. I think if it really was Tinder for meetings, yeah, you'd have that app, you'd be able to scroll through and see what are the meetings happening in my workplace today. And, oh, look, finance is having a meeting. And you go along and, maybe it really wasn't for you, and then you just ghost them for the rest of the financial year. I'll leave you with some beautiful music from my cousin's daughter. What's that? My cousin twice removed, Theådore, and the song is Blind Surgeon. Have a listen to it. Just divine. It's on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen and enjoy music. Check out Blind Surgeon by Theådore. Listening to it now. Beautiful. I'm Lynne Cazaly. This is Workish. See you next time.